Alright, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here today in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today we're going to be going over this vehicle right here beside me. This is a 1969 Ford Mustang Grande model here. Before I continue on here with the car, let me just put that out here that if those of you that are possibly watching us just maybe on YouTube or one of the other social media outlets, and if you're not on our website and wondering about additional photos and information on the car, definitely go to our company website, www.hanksters.com, where you can check out this car as well as all the other inventory, not only here at this location, but also our Florida showroom as well. Now that we've been over that, let's go ahead and continue with our car. So again, like I said, a 69 Ford Mustang Grande. Ours here done in the triple black. It's the black exterior paint, it's the black top, vinyl top, and it is also black interior also on this car. Now this car, as we walk around, very nice looking car here. Turned out really nice here in the end. But again, all nice, smooth, shiny paint here as far as the black exterior. Nice straight panels all the way around on this car. As far as any kind of bright work on the car other than the black on it, we've got the chrome front and rear bumpers on the car. You've got the wheels also, which we'll get to that here in just a minute. You've got your bright drip rail moldings here, which are nice and straight. As I feel through those drip rails, through those rain gutters here, those are nice and straight too, all along the vinyl top here. Your top itself, nice, very nice vinyl top here. No rips, tears, all your stitching intact here. No bumps or bubbles underneath us anywhere around the edges or within inside the vinyl top here. Just nice stuff here. And like I said, that chrome rear bumper. All of that stuff is in really good condition on this car. Now for the wheels and tires here, you'll see some of you may think that these are the steel Magnum 500 style wheels, and they are not. They're actually aluminum Magnum 500 style wheels on this car. Very nice looking wheel. These are 16-inch wheels, all four corners of the car. And as far as tires go, we've got a really nice set of tires here. They're BFGoodrich G4 Sports. On the front, a little different size than the back. We've got 205/50 ZR16s on the front, and then 255/50 ZR16s out on the back. Tread on these tires is just like new. Really nice looking tire for this car. You can see we've got the Mustang script emblems here on the front fenders here as well. We've got the mirrors both sides here, both driver and passenger side, and the driver's side is remote adjustable from the inside also, so you don't have to roll your window down to adjust it. The glass in the mirror is in great shape too. Glass here on the door glass here and your little quarter window here. You can see those are slightly tinted. No chips, cracks, or scratches here. Those are all in really nice shape. Your door handles here, you got the bright work there, the chrome door handles, and those are in very nice shape too. You can also see on this car, black is sometimes a color that's hard to hide imperfections, and again on this car we really don't have any. As far as your adjustments on your door panels here, your gaps to the front side and the back side of the door, very uniform, and your elevations on this door match up very well with your quarter panels as well as those front fenders. Let's go ahead and open up our door. We're going to take a look inside here at the interior. As you look inside, you can see, again, all black interior, again, with some wood grain trim in there also to kind of help set things off. So black door panels, black dash, black upholstery on the seats, black center console there for the automatic center console. All of the upholstery you see on the seats here, this is all brand new. Same thing with the door panels. That's all brand new upholstered door panels also. As I mentioned, you've got that remote mount mirror here, so that's right there. All your handles and everything all work. If you look in at the dash, you've got factory gauges there. They're including the alternator gauge, a 120 mile an hour speedo. You've got your fuel gauge, your oil pressure gauge, water temperature gauge. You also have the factory heat and AC controls right down underneath the radio. And as far as the radio, a slight upgrade there to a digital AM FM radio in there as well. Dash has no cracks or tears in any of it. You also have the clock that's over on the passenger side of the dash there as well. We'll close this up. Before we do, all your weather stripping, all your seals I want to mention, those are all in great shape too. Nothing, no chunks torn out of anything, not dry rotted or cracked. Those are very nice and soft all the way around. Going to seal up very nice all the way. Door shuts nice and easy too also. As far as emblems and notations here, so again, you've got your Grande here, script emblem on the sail panel of the car. Those are in great shape. You've got the accent trim here, the accent panels on the quarter panel as well. We'll come back around the rear of the car here now and take a look at the tail section now. So again, you've got the chrome rear bumper. Again, this is going to be an original bumper for this car. Your tail lights, the lenses and bezels, those are all very nice on this car. Got your typical Mustang gas cap here. Also the bright work, the trim around the trunk and around the tail light area. And again, you've got your Mustang up here on your trunk lid. If we look up here to the rear window, nice glass here, no chips or cracks on your glass here. Again, all the trim around the window, that is in good shape too. You can see how your gaps and elevations are on your trunk lid as well. Everything fits real nice back here. Now let me grab the key for our trunk, and we're going to take a look inside now. So bear with me while I find the correct key. There we go. So first thing you saw there was the key actually works the lock. The trunk lid itself holds up on its own with the springs and hinges and so forth. All of your underside of your trunk all painted the same shiny black paint as the rest of the car here. All your weather stripping here on your trunk lid, that is all in good shape. And those little rubber bumpers are here too, so that when you shut the trunk lid, it sits very nicely in there. As far as your trunk floors go, a good solid floor. You've got your fuel tank in here that makes up most of that floor. And again, you can see it's nice and flat across the top too. So again, your fuel tank's in real good shape there. All your rain gutters here around your trunk lid, those are all formed very well here. All your edges real nice and sharp also. So again, that's going to help channel the water around your trunk lid so it doesn't go inside also. So we'll close this up. That shuts nice and easy, and we'll continue around to the passenger side. So over here, just same thing. You'll just kind of look at the body there as we come up, nice and straight the whole way up the side of the car here. We stop at our door here so that we can take a look at our glass. Again, the quarter window and the door glass. Again, no chips or cracks or anything there. We can look at our bright work here, the molding around the rain gutter here, your drip rail moldings. The rain gutter on this side, nice and smooth across the top there. And your door handles, again, that chrome finish on those, very nice. Let's open up from here again. Take a look now from the passenger side of our interior here. Again, you're just going to notice that seat upholstery, again, as I mentioned, it is all new, including the door panels. So you're not going to have any rips or tears. Center console, same thing, no rips or tears in that armrest. Your dash is in good shape as well. Same thing with your carpeting. No rips, tears, or fading in the carpeting. And you've got all the seat belts included on this car too. So you got both your front and rear belts. You even got the shoulder harness belt that's up above there, tied up how it should be. And like I said, all of your seals here on your glass, all of your weather stripping around the door, all in great shape. Again, that side shuts easy too. Again, the matching mirror over here on the passenger side, matching Mustang script emblem, fender mounted antenna, and then we'll come around to the front of the car. So here at the front, nice chrome front bumper here. You've got your bright moldings here around the leading edge of the hood here. You can look at your gaps all the way around on the hood as well. This is your factory stock steel hood here also. Your glass back there at the windshield, no chips or cracks there, and a nice set of the classic style wiper blades also. Now this has the grill in it. I believe they consider this like the GT style grill with your driving lights inside of the grill like that. Gives it a real nice look. The grill itself all intact, no pieces broke or cracked in it. And then down below you have that front air dam that gives it a nice aerodynamic look too for the car. That's pretty much it as far as walking around our car. Let's go ahead now, open our hood up, so we can tell you now a little bit about the engine and the driveline. So in going through everything, checking all of our numbers and such on the engine here, we can clearly tell you that this is a date correct 351 Windsor motor. Now they didn't start VIN coding the motors here till a little later on, so you're not going to find that on this, but after looking at your casting numbers and date codes, in combination with the build date on the car, we can tell you this would be a date correct 351 Windsor motor. As far as what you see on the motor, you do see a chrome Edelbrock air cleaner there. You do have the factory 2-barrel carburetor underneath that, and then that is sitting on the stock cast intake as well. Nice Ford powered by Ford, I should say, painted valve covers. You do have the valve cover breather, have the PCV valve over on the other side. As far as the ignition system goes, stock distributor, stock style coil, and what looks to be a set of 7mm plug wires. You also see this unit here up on the front of the motor. This would be your factory air conditioning unit here. And you can see all your hoses are hooked up. Very clean connections here as well. All the belts are all hooked up. So this is all functioning. As far as radiator, stock style radiator with a shroud. And I believe that's, I think it's a 5-blade fan, cooling fan on that as well. As far as steering and brakes, it has got the factory power steering for the Mustang. It's also got the power brakes here. See your master cylinder here with the booster, and it is disc brake up front, drums on the rear. It does have the parking brake all hooked up and functioning on it as well. So behind this engine, we do have the Fmx Automatic Transmission for it. Shifts very nice. And then behind that, as far as the rear end, it is a 9-inch Ford rear end, 308 gear on that rear. So that is pretty much it as far as doing the walk around on the car, looking at the interior, in the trunk, under the hood. So what we'll do now, as we always do, we'll get this up on our lift. We're going to go through this underside complete for you here on the video, and then we'll finally fire this 351 Windsor up, let you hear what that sounds like. Alright, so now we are standing underneath our 1969 Mustang Grande here. We're going to go through this, you know, as we always do, starting from front, working our way to the back of the car, going over things such as the drive line, the brakes, the steering system on the car, suspension, the frame, and the floors. So keeping with that, let's start here. So first thing, right up front here, we've got the front air dam on this vehicle. So that's going to give it a real nice look here to the bottom side of this car and from the front end. Coming back here, let's talk about the drive line here next. So as far as that goes, after checking all the numbers on this car, we do find out this is a date correct 351 Windsor small block engine here. Date correct, I say that only because they didn't start putting the VIN numbers on until after, so we can't really verify that it's the numbers match, but it is all date correct after going through everything. Back behind that engine, we've got the Fmx Automatic Transmission here. As far as looking at the transmission pan and the oil pan here on the motor, both of those around all the edges are nice and clean, free from any leaks or drips that we can see underneath here. As far as the tail shaft of the transmission, you've got your cross member here. That's in great shape. The actual mount, that is in great shape too. And when we look at the seal here where your slip yoke slides in, the input shaft seal, that is nice and dry also all around there. Drive shaft, this is a balanced drive shaft. You've got weights here at both ends to help eliminate any kind of driveline vibrations you might feel. And then the rear end, this is a 9-inch Ford rear, 308 gear in it. Now when it comes to the suspension on this car, pretty much all the factory stock stuff here. When you come up to the front, obviously you're going to have the strut rod style front suspension, the stock upper and lower control arms on it. You got your coil springs up above. It does have a set or it has a sway bar on the front of it, so that's going to help corner corner entry, corner exit for you. Keep both of those front tires dialed right into the road. As far as the steering, you've got power steering on this car, and as far as the braking system, it's power brakes as well. Now on that brake system, you've got disc brake up front and drum brakes out on the rear, and the rear brakes do come complete with all of the emergency brake stuff all put in and all in working condition. So your front cables, your intermediate cables, and the rear cables going back to those drum brakes, the park brake option in there, that is all functioning. As far as the rear suspension, nice set of multi-leaf rear suspension springs here, and then of course you've got a nice set of Bilstein shocks back here. These things look pretty new, and again, Bilstein, you know that they're going to ride very, very well. As far as wheels and tires, this car does have a set of aftermarket. They are aluminum, kind of like the Magnum style wheels, but again, aluminum 16-inch wheels on this car. Very nice look for this car. And then for tires, we've got BFGoodrich G-Force Sports on this on all four corners. Slightly different sizes front to back just to give it a little bit of rake there, but we've got 205/50 ZR16s on the front and 255/60 ZR16s out on the back. And again, being same tires, you can see they've got all the same tread pattern, and the tread on these tires is just like new. They look great. Now as far as the exhaust system, you can see underneath here how nice this exhaust system really looks here and how nice it really was put together. It starts with your stock cast exhaust manifolds. Of course, you've got dual exhaust the whole way back, but as you can see, your pipe here, all very nice condition here, nice and clean. You've got welded joints here, your crossover pipe, the dual mufflers here. Again, everything looks almost brand new underneath here. And then of course you've got your tailpipes, and this actually ends with the tips here, which are polished tips. So they've actually polished all that exhaust back there and gave it a nice shiny finish back there on the exhaust. With that, I mean, frame and floors, the frame's nice and square, good and straight. What you have back here, your floors you can see here, those are nice and solid. Does have a little slight coating of undercoating underneath here. Otherwise, it's just been kind of probably dusted with some, black paint. Other than that, though, the floors look good and solid underneath here. All of your little rubber drain plugs are all in the floor everywhere that they should be. The trunk pan that we can see back here is in good shape. Of course, your fuel tank takes up a majority of that as it drops in from the top side there and kind of creates the majority of your trunk floor from inside there. But again, the tank itself is in great shape. There's no dents or dings in any of that. All of your fuel lines and brake lines are run nice and neat along the bottom of the car here. And all of your pinch welds here down the sides here and the rockers, those are all in good shape. So with that said, we're pretty much done with the underside here. Let's go ahead, we'll get this down off the lift next, and as we always do, we'll lift the hood on it, fire that 351 Windsor up, and just listen to see how well that motor sounds.